660 players on release, 358 in the last 24 hours, and 662 players as of 2 minutes ago. With numbers like these, you'd assume I'd be talking about a super small niche indie game, but in reality, I'm talking about the AAA game developed by Firewalk Studio, Concord. I have never seen a game flop this hard before. I don't even think Suicide Squad flopped this badly. This will be a prime example of the phrase dead on arrival, but the question is, how did this happen? Honestly, I don't know. I saw the cinematic trailer and was indifferent on it, and I thought the gameplay looked pretty decent, and it seems that I happen to be in the minority here because looking at the comments of both trailers, people were not happy to see this game. And luckily, Sony left the comments open on said trailers so I can see what people actually thought about them. And again, they weren't too excited. One user said it's like ordering Guardians of the Galaxy off Temu. Another said Concord looks like one of those fake games that get played in the background of those movies or TV shows. And one other person said Microsoft Clippy has more personality than the characters shown in this trailer. As you can clearly see, the public reception wasn't good, but Sony knew it. But the game was in development for 8 years, so they can't just drop the game and start a new project. They spent $150 million on this game. That is more money spent making this game than Marvel did producing Ant-Man 2. Think about that for a second. And it's all for 600 people to be playing on release. The game was reviewed pretty poorly by both critics and users. A lot of people stating that the game was released at the wrong place, wrong time. And a good amount were expressing their dislike for the character designs, and a small amount of people were on the DEI drama train. And I can't give my opinion on it because I don't own the game, but I can agree with the character designs being a little flat and just bad. The characters of this game look like they were purposely designed to look bad. We have a futuristic garbage can, a woman wearing said can, a weird furry elf lady, that blue guy from the Guardians of the Galaxy, I can't remember his name, but he's yellow instead, another Guardians of the Galaxy ripoff, the big guy that, the wrestler, I forgot his name, he's like a ripoff, and we have the scout from TF2 and a lot more. It's crazy that this game took 8 years to develop, and these are the best designs they came up with. And hear me out when I say this. The characters look like someone who, if you criticized their work, they'd get unjustly defensive and angry at you, and then call you talentless. Like the game developer who got mad at the people who didn't like his game. It's never this serious, dude. I get that developing a game is hard, but calling people who don't like it talentless freaks will not get them to play your game. In fact, it'll do the exact opposite of that, and you might lose your job. It's like he thinks he's entitled to good reviews because he spent 8 years making this game. Dude, here's a reality check. You took 8 years to do a job multiple people could have done better in a shorter time frame. You have no right to lash out on people for not liking your game. You're supposed to be a professional. That reaction was extremely childish, and you should be ashamed of yourself. Like, we're supposed to be grown adults here. You don't go on Twitter and just start mashing away when nobody likes your product. That's like if I get mad that nobody liked me spending a good 3-4 hours on this video, and then it gets like one view or somebody says, I hate this video, and I just respond with, you're talentless. You know how long it took me? That's insane. What? Look, I get spending $150 million in 8 years of your life to make a game that nobody liked was kind of jarring, but it's what happens, man. Let's see. Oh, another thing to mention is that the game is $40, which isn't bad, but when compared to every other shooter out right now, it's horrible. Because all of those games are free. You have to prove that this product is worth $40. I didn't play it because I'm broke, so I really can't give a review. The YouTube money doesn't exist yet, and I have a donation link in the description if you really care. But jokes aside, with juggernauts like Valorant, Overwatch, Destiny, and the first Ascendant, I'm not googling it right now, out, with those games being out and being free, why would I play your generic hero shooter with horrible looking, unfunny characters and supposedly slow and clunky gameplay? Apparently there isn't that much content too, so that doesn't help their case. Honestly, the game's flop feels a little unreal. It's not like these games developers are green. These people are from Bungie and Activision. They're the ones who made this game. Wrong place, wrong time, I guess. Maybe if this game came out like 6 or 7 years earlier, people would actually like it. People are finally saying no to the same old stuff that these companies are finally giving them, and it's too bad it has to be this new small company. They're most definitely going under for this. $150 million down the drain. This game will not survive. It will take a miracle, and seeing how everybody is hating on this game, that miracle will not come. If any suits are watching this video, do whatever you can to learn from this. Not every game needs to be an A-lister video game with an A-lister movie budget. Suicide Squad failed, and that game had a budget of $200 million. That weird Lord of the Rings Gollum game I heard about earlier this year, because I never heard about it, had a budget of $15 million. There are so much more high-budget games that fail miserably. Look at Anthem and other things like it. Not everything has to be like this. It is okay to have a small, low-budget, low-risk title that can net you high reward. Look at Hi-Fi Rush. That was a low-budget game developed by the B team, but that game was insanely successful. Sadly, the evil guys up top care only about the money that they made at that one time, and then they ruined any chance of another gem coming out. But hey, life sucks. Don't be dumb like them. Sacrificing long-term success for a short-term high is unreasonable. It also makes people hate you. You look greedy. And speaking of greed, I have another video coming out soon about microtransactions and the greedy corporate suits behind them, and also the reason why they're still here. And I know people are going to really want to hear that if it ever comes out. So I hope you enjoy them. So far, Concord is a game that failed because it just wasn't good. It looks horrible character-wise. Graphically, it's okay. Gameplay slow, clunky. Characters are unfunny, unrecognizable. They don't look cool. They don't stand out in a good way. But if you compare the characters from Concord to Overwatch, everybody's going to pick the Overwatch characters because the style is much more different. The style is better. Same thing with Valorant and other hero shooters. TF2. There's just no reason to play this game over all of those. And they're free to play. So why would I spend money on your game that just doesn't look that good? It's not that great. I don't know why anybody would do that. But that is all I have to say. My name is Elijah St. Louis, and I hope you all have a good one.